So this unit comes equipped with an auto roping device, which is a standard feature on the 1100AA-C. On other models like the 1100 and the 1200, it's an option. I want to explain roping to you really quickly. Basically what it is normally when you're wrapping this pallet, the film is about 20-inch roll of film, so you got about 20 inches of film going around. If you want to rope, you can see this white bar right here, that gets pushed down and you can set how much of a band you want. So if you really want a tight roping band, you're going to set it to 3 seconds. It's go all the way down and you have a tight roping going all the way around it. If let's say you wanted roughly 12 inches of it, you'd set it to value to 1. So I'm going to go on the controls here and show you specifically the different type of roping you can do on this unit. So if I go into program 1 and then I hit jog down to get to the main menu, one thing I want to show you quick, if I go into cycle parameters, as is, you're not going to see that many roping options. So I'm going to skip through here to around 34. 34 is roping wraps. That's going to be number of wraps that you'd have on the bottom when it's at the very end of the cycle. You're going to have one anyways with the auto cut, auto attach feature. So usually this can be set to 0. But if you go any further, you'll see none of these are related to roping until you get to the final one, which is the tension of the roping on this. So it's set at 50. I want to show you how you access more of these. So if I go back and hit escape, go to general parameters. If I scroll down here and go to extra roping, if I click OK, it's on off right now. If I turn that on, hit OK. Now if I go back and I go to the cycle parameters, I'm going to see more roping options. So if I fast forward all the way to 34, we were at 4. We have roping wraps right there, which I'm going to keep at 0. And then go through some of this stuff. Now when we get to 47 starting here, it wasn't showing before. So that's going to be talking about if I want to have how much roping I want to have, like if set value 1 through 3. So if I have it as a 3, it's going to go for 3 seconds down on that roper. So that way you have a really tight rope. And that's going to be the number of times I want it on the lower level. I'm going to skip that for now. Go to the next one. Rope time wrap up. So let's say on the way up, instead of having basically the 20 inches of roll of film wrapping, I'm saying I actually want, roughly 12 inches. So I actually want to have a little bit of roping. So if I go here and change this value and I change it to 2, it's going to drive it down for 2 seconds, and you'll see this when we do it, how it works. So I'm going to do 2 on the way up. Next one, as far as the top of it, I want to have a nice rope on the very top. So I'm going to do 3 seconds on the very top. Hit OK. And then after that, rope time wrap down. So I had it on the way up. I'm going to keep it as standard film on the way down. So I'm not going to touch that at all. Rope final time, I'm going to skip that for now. Initial, I'm going to skip that as well. Now, before I said I wanted a tight rope on the top. Now at 53, I want to say how many times do I want it to wrap on the top for that. So I'm going to set that value to 1 and hit OK. Then as I keep going, I got 55. That's the tension of the roping. So I'm going to turn that down a little bit because I have some roping going on here. I don't want it that high. I'm going to go to 35. All right, now I go escape, and then I go up, and I go to save user program. I'm going to save it to 1 because that's the one I was in, and hit OK. Now I save those changes. I'm going to hit start, and you'll see how the roping device works with the changes that I made to it. So now we're going to hit start. So first it's going to do that 1 bottom wrap that we have programmed already. And after that, roper's going to kick in because we wanted a rope on the way up. If you wanted less roping and not so tight, you put a lower value on this. So when we get to the top, remember we had 1 top wrap set? So it's going to go back to normal wrapping. And then we also had 1 roping set at the top as well, so it's going to do that. Then it's going to go back normal and come back down. Now remember, at the very end of the cycle, You're always going to have some roping because of the automatic devices on here.